I'm Eric. I'm a client technical director, which is a very long job title just for a consulting SE, covering two of the largest customers of pure storage and Portworx in Germany, SAP and Siemens. Joined Pure roughly 3 years ago, and I was always an infrastructure guy. 10 years ago, I met my first developer when I was in a really special team at my time at NetApp, and I was called to a meeting where the account team was not able to understand the customer and vice versa, and I was asked to jump in and to translate. And since this time, so since 10 years, I play a bit with Docker, with containers, with Kubernetes, and I have the pleasure to present you how we can help you with Portworx in your cloud-native journey or in your customer's cloud-native journey. So, by any chance, we have some older people here, so that's quite interesting because yesterday I met the guy on my right-hand side who could be my son. By any chance, anyone is aware about this blog post, Why Software is Eating the World? Has anyone read this? 1, 2. Cool. So I will come back to this blog a bit later. It's a very interesting one. So enterprises are under pressure. They need to innovate, they need to increase, and they need to optimize, increase the revenue, and they need to optimize the cost. Modern applications built with cloud-native technologies like containers and Kubernetes are the heart of innovation. I think you should all agree on this. And it's the innovation of your enterprise needs to accelerate. The blog I have shown you before is from a guy called Mark Andresen, and it was published in, I think, August 2011. So some kids went to school. I was in the mid-30s at this time. And Mark, if you don't know him, it's a really interesting blog. You should read it, definitely. It's one of your key takeaways from this slot. He's a venture capitalist and giving venture capital to startups and has invested in companies like Facebook, you might know this, Singer, Twitter, Skype, Foursquare. Don't know if Foursquare is still in business. And in a nutshell, in this blog, he is speaking about that no industry can protect itself from creating destruction or from getting destruction by software and technology-driven business models. So he mentioned this in 3 examples. So remember, it's 2011, roughly 15 years ago. He mentioned this in the example of Amazon. So Amazon started as a bookstore. No one can imagine this. They sold books in the US. They transformed by 2011 into a software company. Meanwhile, they have to transform again into a hyperscaler. Pixar was another example he is discussing about. Started as a software company. Pixar was acquired by Disney, and Disney has had to pay a shit ton of money for Pixar that they stay relevant in animated movies. Yeah. So the business model of Disney was under risk. And you all know Spotify and iTunes. These companies have disrupted the music industry forever. So no one has bought a CD in the last 15 years. Has anyone bought a CD in the last 15 years? One guy. It was not available on Spotify, or he's a collector. So this is the thing. So meanwhile, we are in 2024, 2025. You can expand the list by my examples. The largest public transport company does not own a vehicle. It's Uber. Uber was founded in 2008, 2009. The largest, let's call it hotel chain, does not own any room or bed. It's called Airbnb. So it's really all based on software. And even if you think you have a solid business model, there's someone out there who is creating or developing a software which will disrupt your business model. So software has eaten the world, and it's on you to provide developers the freedom to move with the speed of business and innovation. Across broad domains of business applications, modernization efforts are underway to include AI capabilities and take advantages of the public cloud or the hybrid cloud. We have seen a rapid acceleration in the adoption of containers and Kubernetes over the last couple of years. And is it a hype or is it a trend? And I think it's a trend, it's not a hype. Yesterday, Frank Thelen spoke about hypes and trends. I think it's a trend. And Gartner, and no slideshow of an IT company without a Gartner comment or an IDC comment, Gartner predicts that 35% of all enterprise applications will run in containers by the end of this century. So 35% of all enterprise applications is really a lot. You can prove this by the 15 to 20% of the enterprise applications which run already containerized. So I think the number of 35% might be even too low. 95% of all global organizations will running containerized infrastructures in the near future, today or in the near future. Gartner also recommends that you implement platform engineering teams as an organizational strategy for accelerating business applications or application modernization. They expect 80% of all enterprises will establish such a platform team in the next 1.5 to 2 years. So if you're looking for a job, platform engineer might be a good opportunity. How long will it take? We will see. In 2023, there was a report from the Boston Consulting Group, and they showed that organizations who have already adopted a platform model will outperform their competitors. And one of the, so who's from Germany? 2, 3, 4, 5. One of the best examples might be the German automotive industry, who is really struggling at this time because people have outperformed the German automotive industry. It is like it is. So it's really interesting that all cars are now coming from the US or from China and not longer from Germany, the heart of the automotive industry. So how does Kubernetes start and why is it complex to scale in an enterprise world? So typically, most customers start with a small first deployment. It's always the same. There's a team running a first workload, maybe an MongoDB on Rancher, running on-premise storage, in this case, Pure Storage. And it will work. It's a stateless application. It's easy to bring it online. It's easy to work with it. And you have a first successful project. So typically, if you are in a larger company, in a larger enterprise, you are not alone. So there's a second team doing something similar. They are moving, or they are implementing a new project, mainly in the public cloud at a hyperscaler. And this project has an own learning curve with own learnings. It will become maybe more and more important for your business. And you will be asked to move stateful applications to your container, stateful apps to your container. And you need to manage it. And you're still not alone. And if you think about an enterprise business, they already have a very challenging infrastructure. They are all having a hybrid cloud approach, even if they only rely on the private cloud. They have different storage vendors, different orchestrators, and so on. So it's really a mess. Large enterprises already manage these complex infrastructures. And they have already multiple data services and databases processing and storing their data and in the infrastructure. This is a problem for the developers, which need to wait before they can deploy something new. You build silos, not communicating with each other. Data cannot flow. AI cannot work efficiently because you have all these different environments. But you need to consider that your Kubernetes platform can't meet the enterprise needs without a management and a storage, with a data management and storage solution. So you need to think about these things. Your customer, we have some consultants here, your customer need to think about these things. And we see that companies, enterprises fail at this point. So they are starting successful, and as soon as it needs to go into production, into operating, the more you get stateful apps, the more important the apps will be for your business model, the larger is the chance that it will fail and it will be not successful. So we call this the enterprise scale challenge, and we have some ideas how we can help you and your customers. So we see customer environments where manual or semi-automated data management processes create toil for developers and slow down the velocity and the feature development and innovation. I assume if you are a developer, you are a bit upset with your enterprise, with your corporate IT, who might give you a spreadsheet where you have to fill out what do you need and how many IOPS and how many capacity and so on. And one of the best examples was, I think 6 years ago, it was a year before COVID, I was called to one of the largest German banks. And there was a DevOps team, and they mentioned, it's so hard to get a new app released. We cannot innovate. And I asked them, why? What's your issue? And they mentioned, if I ask for a new service, if I ask for storage, if I ask for compute, it will take 42 days until our internal IT give me the assets. 42 days. This is 2 cycles in a CI/CD pipeline. And when I spoke to the corp guys, so to the old legacy guys, they told me, well, we have already speed up from 64 to 42 days. So it was really interesting. So we have seen storage infrastructure becomes more and more complex and rigid, leading to operational overhead and lack of data portability or login. We have seen customers struggle to achieve the necessary reliability and recovery capabilities for their stateful container, Kubernetes, not container, Kubernetes applications, especially for mission-critical apps that requires rapid recovery and zero data loss. Data security is always a top concern, and we have seen customers end up with inconsistent application or policies across their Kubernetes applications. This increases the security risk, and you don't want to have this in your business. An ideal solution is a data platform that provides developer teams automated self-service access to databases and data management capabilities in a cloud operating model. Developers accelerate feature release cycles as they no longer need to submit a request, wait a week, or for a data service being provisioned. An ideal solution is a Kubernetes native data platform that enables consistent and flexible data management across your complex dynamic hybrid cloud environment. It allows you to support mission-critical Kubernetes applications with rapid recovery and zero data loss, which is more and more essential. And it provides your security posture by applying policies and governance at the container-based application layer. So Portworx unlocks the value of Kubernetes data at enterprise scale. We provide a fully integrated container data management platform to automate, protect, and unify modern applications across enterprise hybrid and multi-cloud deployments. Portworx works with any underlying storage, no matter if it's on-prem or cloud. We work with any Kubernetes distribution and support any application, simplifying developers' action and data management activities. So from an automate point of view, Portworx provides an enterprise-grade container data management platform that automates storage processes and reduces friction across the entire lifecycle. This improves the operational efficiency, accelerates the time to market for modern application, and translates into revenue growth. From a protection point of view, we can guarantee a zero data loss is enabled through synchronize DR for applications. We can support cluster-wide, container granular, or storage class-based encryption and role-based access control, reducing security risk and response to ransomware or cyber attacks. And from a unified perspective, Portworx unifies Kubernetes storage by eliminating the unique CSI dependencies for each storage provider in an environment, allowing each Kubernetes environment to reach its full declarative potential. So think about the picture I've shown you before. You might have 3, 4, 5 different storage vendors. If you have the pleasure to work with Dell, you might have 5 different storage appliances. Each has an own CSI driver. No one wants to manage this through any longer. So I can tell you anything, but what does this mean to your customers? So each technology team must deliver positive business outcome. If you don't earn revenue, you will be not so. No customer will buy your solution. So let's have a look. Portworx helps to release your product features faster. This was key for our customer T-Mobile. So they are 3 times faster to deliver new product features. Portworx provides data protection and disaster recovery, including zero data loss. This was even for mission-critical applications. So this was key for Royal Bank of Canada to migrate their production tier 0 transfer applications to Kubernetes. It's a bank moving to Kubernetes. We optimize storage consumption by up to 65% within provisioning. We have seen this number at Audi in their deployment. And based on the ROI, return on investment model, Portworx helps to reduce operational overhead by up to 75%. So long story short, Portworx really unlocks or helps you to unlock the value of Kubernetes at enterprise scale. So I can tell you anything, everything, but IDC even recognizes the challenges, and Portworx was recognized as the leader with by far the most capabilities highlighted across 3 major buckets: broad set of enterprise-grade capabilities, flexibility, and breadth of support. And you want to definitely consider it when running AI or machine learning workloads in your environment. So we have already helped many of the world's leading enterprise companies to solve their container data management challenges. Portworx really provides a fully integrated container management platform to automate, protect, and unify modern applications across hybrid and multi-cloud enterprise deployments. And I have been asked several times yesterday, what's the difference between you and all the other guys? It's really, for us, we have no login in a vendor. It's absolutely transparent if you are on-premise or in the cloud or both. This might be unique in the market, as far as I know. So if you want to learn more, you can visit our booth in the expo area. We offer also a hands-on lab, so a guided hands-on lab, every month on our website. So if you go to portworx.com, even if you cannot imagine the website, or remember the website, just type Portworx into your Google search bar or whatever you are using. You will land at portworx.com, and you see on the top, Portworx guided hands-on labs. Register now, and you will land on this landing page. You will register. It's every month. It's on English. The guys speaking much better English than I do, I promise. And it's roughly 60 to 90 minutes. So they will show you the value. They will show you what you can do. You will get a first impression, and you can test yourself. If you want to dig deeper, again, go to Portworx, type in dry license, and you have two options. Number one, you can have the essential license for free, and this is free forever, but it's really limited up to 5 Kubernetes nodes, and the number of volumes is limited with a reduced feature set. It's for free. Or you can have an enterprise license with the full feature set running for 30 days without cost. You can check it out in your environment, in a test environment, and can see if it will help you or your customers. So thanks a lot for your attendance. If you have any question, please visit us downstairs.
Thank you so much, Eric.